Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league. It's week 6 of the NFL, and the focus is on Najee Harris. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Steelers and the Raiders on EA Sports.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt here with you once again. As this week going to be a step in the right direction for one of our teams we've got, Brock, both of whom haven't played the type of ball early in the season that they want. Both coming into this one below 500.
And you and I both know we're not math majors, but we do know this. You stay below 500 in this league, well, you're going to be headed to the top of next spring's NFL draft order. We're not to that point yet, but whoever comes out short here will find themselves a whole lot closer to it.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. Trey Tucker to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by the mustached quarterback from Washington State, Gardner Minshew.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. 2nd and 3 now. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back-to-back carries here. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Play action, it's Minshew. Fits it through the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the first down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Simple dive up the middle. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Back to the well again. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. First down, and they go right back to it. This is ahead for about 5. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Man in motion out of the slot. From the shotgun, Minshew. Pass is caught at the 9. And in for the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Calvin Austin on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And bringing them out, a 4th-year quarterback and capable dual-threat producer from Ohio State's Justin Fields.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Fields out of the gun. He puts some power on it, deep one left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Fields looking to throw. Targeting the sideline, and Freiermuth has it. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Another throw for Fields. Caught by Freiermuth. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. 3rd and 4 coming up now. A pistol snap, Fields. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. They sure are moving in early, Brock. Here's a new set of downs at the opposing 43. Play action, Fields. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board and the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Shotgun snap to Fields. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. We've got a stoppage now. There was a player shaken up on that return, so we'll take a brief break as they tend to him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Minshew. Buying some time right. He takes it himself. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff. Now Minshew. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Minshew on 1st down. Complete here to Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Raiders 1st. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Minshew working from the gun. Cut by Hunt.
This is one of those plays, Kate. I could just hear defensive buzzwords. Pursue, effort, run him down. Just a total effort defensively to knock that running back right out of bounds and put a negative yardage mark on the stat sheet.
Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
On the return, here comes Justice Hill. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Steelers are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. They'll start with a give to Harris. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now Fields. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jack Jones making that tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 48. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Cade, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Fields throwing here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Steelers set to punt it. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. And following that return, we've got an injured player down there. He'll receive some assistance as we step aside. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Minshew. He's got time here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A gain of 9 on that run, so now they're left with 3rd and 8. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Takes it in at the 26. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Steelers will take over possession. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Raider. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running behind center with Harris. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Fields to throw it. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 12 there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. They give to Harris from the gun. And he's got this down to the 40. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st. They're set up at the 35 now. 1st down throw for Fields. He's on the move. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, give to Harris. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw Fields. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. About 4 yards for him on that run. More distance than that left, though, on 3rd and goal. Fields out of the gun. Flush out. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage. Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Dicker connects there. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Minshew. He'll get this one to Adams. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's a handoff off the gut. And that's good for a gain of 5. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Minshew looking to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
3rd and short. Here's Minshew. He's on the move. He's running for it. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Minshew to throw. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. He's got it on the bootleg. Flushed out of the pocket. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively, and that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. A tight end in motion now. Play action, Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Goodness gracious, this quarterback is taking an absolute beating in this first half, and you better have some ice for him ready at halftime. I'll tell you this, Kate, it has been a brutal couple quarters, and if you don't start protecting the quarterback, this guy, I mean...
Oh, he lost the football! Oh, and they got it back! This play is still live! And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Harris once more. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Shotgun snap to Fields. Rolling left, buying some time. He can run it. They've got 1st down from the 31. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's keeping it again. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 24. Caught near the goal line. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers tie things 10-10. Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. Throwing on first is Minshew. Finds his target, Gallup. And he'll get it up to the 44. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. Pressure coming, it's Minshew. Gallup there to haul it in. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Out of the pistol, Minshew. Able to hit Gallup, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Sticking in the air with Minshew. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. From the 38. Gets this one to Harris. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. That's complete to Wilson. And they make the tackle at the 38. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. Another throw for Fields. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Still sticking with the passing game. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. We've arrived at the break, and what a second half we're in store for. It's tied at 10 after 2. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football.
We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter.
The man in his second go-round as a Cowboy, Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke, a touchdown run.
From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons.
It's Bryce Young with a good day throwing it. 3 touchdown passes there. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Hill now to return it. And look at this return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They're carried by Harris here to start the drive. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Fields out of the gun. Fryermuth there to bring it in. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, they go with Harris. Room to run inside the 20. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. So hold on one moment. We did have a player injured on the last play, and that's Najee Harris. In some discomfort out there. Not good. Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. Pirine. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
They'll try and punch it in. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Now Fields. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Boswell on to send this away. Return starts at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Raiders are back onto the field, led by Gardner Minshew. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, Minshew. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Only 1 yard that time, partner, so this is going to bring up 4th down and 5.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Steelers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, the game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Here's Fields to throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Fields to throw it. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Steelers first down.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have second and 2 next. Back-to-back carries here. Oh, what a stiff arm. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep it.
And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 13-point lead. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Madden stopped by Alex Highsmith. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Minshew. Caught by Hunt. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, In a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Steelers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he's impressed beyond his work as a passer partner. He's been more than willing to run with it when the opportunity has presented itself. And I don't think they care how he does it, right? Just keep on moving that offense the way he's been doing. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 28. This ball's caught by Pickens. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's a Steelers first down. Now a give on the counter. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Terrific zone coverage. Wallpaper sideline to sideline. QB's got 2 options. Wait for a hole to open or tuck it to run. He chose the former, but the pass rush showed up before any throwing lane did.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. On now comes their punter. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be Raider football. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Handoff now from the gun. And have him gain about a handful there. Holcomb there on the stop. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Minshew. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's caught at the 25. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 35 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing on first is Minshew. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Makes the handoff. Now Minshew. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Minshew working from the gun. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll get him back to 11.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Hill now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this is the type of game that's going to get people talking when people look at the numbers that he's posted running with it. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. He put everything he had into this one. This is brought in at the 15. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. So we hit the end of the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a two-score game to begin the fourth. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. He brings it in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stuffed at the 2. 1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal. Looking to throw Fields. He was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Fields. He's on the move. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First and 10, Minshew. Able to hit Gallup, complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. That's brought in by Hunt. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
And the Steelers get home. They drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. They need a lot here, but still going for it on 4th and 15. They'll go. O'Connell has some daylight through the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, O'Connell. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
That finds Hunt complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Another throw for O'Connell. He's got it inside the 25. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On 1st down, they'll run. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running it after the penalty. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
O'Connell here from the gun. Pressure's there, and the steel curtain closes on him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive. So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
On the return, here comes Austin. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that follow. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 29. Wilson on the slant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Fields out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Off play action, it's Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. And they bring him down around the 34.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Fields now on third. That's caught for the first. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
It's taken in by Washington. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play. Straight ahead they go with Piron. Is across the line for the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers making a 3-score game in the 4th. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers grow the lead now to 22 points. Now Boswell on to send this away. Tucker now on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down. Working out of the gun, it's O'Connell. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's tackled for a short gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here we go, 2nd and 9. From the pocket, he's taking a shot down. Big gain downfield. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And this is recovered by the Steeler hands team. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold. Could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Now we'll give up the middle to Piron. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Again, a run with Piron. And again, he can't manage anything. Defense all over him at the line. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Steelers on their way to their 3rd win of the year. They run once more with Piron. And he's going to be bundled up after taking it down to the 43. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. O'Connell to throw it. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Searches from the pocket. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. 1st and 10. Here's O'Connell. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. This is hauled in by Myers. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. And the Steelers go in nickel, 3rd down. Throwing now. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Steelers have it, headed the other way! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, it freed that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
The visitors and receiver Roman Wilson making their way back out. And they can trot out every offense's favorite formation now, Brock, and kneel out this win. Defense, no timeouts left to stop them. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. He's down to a knee, and the Steelers getting ready to celebrate this victory.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Steelers are winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.